Hi YouTube. I was just doing a asking me about jazzy cabbage questions for my TikTok, and then having to use the lingo and like code words and stuff was getting like a little frustrating, and I was just like, I just want to get jazzy with y'all. I just want to smoke and answer the rest of these questions on YouTube. So hopefully I'll get more people over here and get them engaged, and because they're like, it's fun over here. We can actually like get jazzy on screen, and well, kind of. I'm trying so hard not to get my videos age restricted, which I'm still learning because some of them do, some of them don't. So, all right. First things first. Do you know what time it is? Let's get jazzy together. If you're getting jazzy with me, cheers. If you're not, still cheers and much love. Hope you're doing wonderful. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. Okay, cheers. Yay. All right, question time. These questions are from my Jazzy Cabbage Boo TikTok page. This next question is from May. As someone who has been indulging in the Jazzy Cabbage since 15 and is currently 24, how do I reset my tolerance without being so emotional? Crying, anxious, irritated, no appetite. This is really difficult because I've definitely experienced this firsthand. I had to take about a 2.5 month tea break because I was getting my girlies done. And shout out to this shirt. I want y'all to be able to see my shirt that I'm wearing. I love it so much. And I did not prepare for that. I thought how I wanted to prepare was like I have to smoke as much as I can before I have to take this break because I was like I have to get it all in, right? And so I when I did that, I went cold turkey with no jazz cabbage, and it was really difficult. So one of my first tips is to not do cold turkey because you get that it's so hard to eat. You feel sick. You feel your emotions are all over the place because your body just gets so used to getting jazzy. And I haven't even been getting jazzy as long as you have. Some of you guys are probably getting jazzy way longer than me. I've only been getting jazzy for about 3 years now. So I just doing the cold turkey is just really hard on your body, especially when you're so used to it and you're so dependent on it, and you want to try and tell yourself that you're not dependent on it, not addicted to it, but it is you really do get dependent. And like I'll not purposely, but I'll just go all day without smoking, and my body will start to feel weird sometimes, and I'm like, why do I feel off? Or like, why do I feel anxious? And it's just like because I just haven't smoked, and that's kind of not the best. But I think the positives outweigh the negatives, in my opinion, for getting jazzy. So it, how I would say, just from doing that experience, finding other ways, like I didn't really read. So sleeping was really hard because I wasn't getting jazzy. So I would suggest maybe getting a little jazzy, but then doing an activity while you do it. So that when you're not getting jazzy, you can do that activity instead as a replacement. And maybe it'll help the feeling like, okay, this feels right. This is what I'm supposed to do before I go to sleep, is read a book. Because like maybe you just like take a little hit and then you read, and then just maybe a slow decrease instead of just cold turkey. It's really difficult. It's really hard to do. And why do that to yourself? Like, why make it hard and not a good time? Okay, this next question is from ZZJSJS. Do you think smoking and studying is possible? Because I love it. Is that possible? Definitely. I mean, everybody's different. So for me, I can be productive when I'm jazzy. My boyfriend now, since he doesn't ever get jazzy, if he does, he could not. Like, if he had to study something and be focused, there's no way he could be jazzy while doing it. I can. Also, depending on the thing that I want to be focusing on, there are some things like driving. I don't recommend that in the first place anyway, but there's people who can get jazzy and drive. Not for me, not something like I like focusing on the road, and I already get anxious being sober when I drive. So just certain activities, certain work things I would rather just not be jazzy for, and then get jazzy after as a reward. So you can figure that out, definitely. Like, there's a little experiment. See if you can get jazzy. Maybe it's just a little bit. Maybe it's just a gummy, you know? But yeah, really is a personal experience kind of thing. Jazz really is like we're all going through our own jazz experience, but like together, right? Let's get jazzy. Oh God. Cheers. Oh, nice. Okay. His pretty girlfriend asks, "Why don't I get high like I used to when I first started?" You build a tolerance. Now, I feel you on that. I used to smoke like 4 to 6 blunts a day at one point in my jazzy career. I was just live streaming and I was just doing the actions. I was just like getting jazzy. No intention with it. Intention really helps. And for me personally, I know people get jazzy for like pain, so they want or need to be jazzy all day to help that pain, or they have such bad anxiety that they need to be jazzy all day to not have that anxiety. I have personally been working on my own anxiety, and that's my own journey. And I forgot where I was going with that. Hold on. Okay, the question was like, why don't I get jazzy like I used to? And it really does help to decrease. I forgot where my previous rant was going, but it really does help to decrease the amount of times you do it throughout the day. And if you can do that and put intention into it, maybe make a little ritual, maybe have one bong for one ritual you want to do. Like, this is the bong I'm going to smoke out of in the mornings and before I go to bed. And then I'm going to have a pipe that I smoke out of when I want to be studying or reading a book. And then I'll smoke a joint if I want to take a bath. Just like different things will help bring that feeling back. Because I get what you're saying. Like, you just don't get it like you used to. And honestly, there's nothing else that helps besides a long tea break. And even a day tea break can help. Go all day without it and then get jazzy at the end of the day. Oh, I love doing that to myself sometimes, because sometimes I just can't help it. Like, I can't get jazzy all day because I have to run errands and drive and do all this stuff. And then once I get jazzy, I'm like, ooh, I forgot what it's like to be this jazzy after one hit. And I'm like, this is nice. And like knowing when to stop too really helps. Like knowing like, okay, I'm jazzy. I could get jazzier. I have plenty of cabbage right now. And I used to have this bad habit where I just see all this cabbage. I have so much of it. I'm just like, I want to get as jazzy as I possibly can. Why? I'm already jazzy right now and feeling good. Let me enjoy this now. Wait 20 minutes, 30 minutes, however long, and then take another cheers, right? Instead of like, sometimes I feel like I have to constantly be like, so don't feel like you have to be like that. All right. Next question. Nick at night. Why does it cause that burning sensation sometimes in your throat? So sometimes it could just be how you're intaking it. So if I take a bong rip, sometimes it really gets me. And the flame that you're doing every time that you're not, that heat isn't controlled. I'm trying to sound professional. I'm still learning too, but it's really hot. And so sometimes it's just hotter. Like maybe you're holding it longer than you needed to. Maybe you're taking really big hits and you could take smaller hits. Like it's not a competition. Like get jazzy how you want to get jazzy and enjoy it. And I've learned to try to take smaller hits now. Cause I used to just pack the bowl fat and it just be like, hit that thing one hit. And I'm like, why am I doing that? I can't do that to myself. So, and also, I don't know if you're doing a Benjamin, but if you're hitting that for like way too long or on the highest temperature, then that heat is going to hurt your throat. It's going to hurt. Yeah. Which goes kind of into the next question from Miss Beezy. How in the F do I stop coughing after I hit the Benjamin? Again, maybe you're hitting it at too high of a temperature or for too long. You don't have to hit it till it blinks. I'm not a big Benjamin person, to be honest. I usually only do it for convenience, but I haven't needed one lately. But yeah, it does help to just you know yourself. It doesn't. You don't have to hurt yourself to get jazzy. Like it'll be a good time. You don't have to cough and have a bad time. And sometimes people say you have to, and you know. All right, next question from Kay's Slut. Oh my gosh. I started using Cabbage for about 6 years now, but out of those 6 years, I've been sober for 2 years. I've been dying to do it, but I keep getting paranoid and terrible anxiety. How do I start again? Maybe you're getting anxiety because you're going into it afraid and already nervous and anxious that you're going to be anxious and then you're going to get anxious. So that's why, again, the intention thing is super important because you want to have intention that you're going to have a good time with this jazz and you're maybe make sure you're doing a good activity and you're hanging out with good people that you actually enjoy and make sure the cabbage you're getting is legit. Please, 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 please. I have so many sketchy people who reach out to me wanting to send me cabbage and they're like businesses and they're not legit because they just say that they have it and they work with this company or that they're this so really trust and do your research on the cabbage you get. If you don't live in a legal state, I live in a legal state. I usually go to only dispensaries. That's the only cabbage that I like to get. So, yeah, all those factors. So I really hope that helps. And I hope that you can find a way to bring jazz back into your life in a positive way. Okay, next one. Have you passed out behind jazz cabbage? I'm guessing Maurice McCamey is asking if I've ever passed out because of jazz cabbage. I think that's the question. Sorry if I'm taking that wrong, but not that I remember. It's been a long time since I've greened out. Well, I did green out one time, but I didn't pass out. Like, I don't think I've ever passed out in my life. Knock on wood, to be honest. But I've greened out a few times, which I could do story times about that. But yeah, no. So if you are, make sure you're doing it right. Do your research before you just get jazzy. Like it is a big deal. Like make sure you're doing it and cleaning your jazz instruments. All the things. There's so many things into getting jazzy, not just getting jazzy. Okay, yay! I think I answered all the questions that I had on my TikTok. Y'all feel free to comment on here if you have more questions and you want me to do this again because this was a lot of fun getting jazzy with y'all. Let's get jazzy again. Let's do it. Come on. All right, my intentions are now to have a nice, relaxing time with my family and my man because it was a rough mental day yesterday. Really rough. And I want to really make up for it and make today just as positive and uplifting and as to myself too and to my family and the people I love, and I'm gonna be with friends later and just yeah, I really want to just enjoy life and not be sad. And I don't know, I was telling him I needed a good cry, and I guess I did because I got that yesterday. But yeah, it's a really good day today, so I hope y'all are having a good one too. And thanks for watching so much. I really appreciate, truly, truly, truly. Okay, cheers. Love you.